Well, YouTube, I guess you can figure out where I'm at. Y'all used to seeing out that window, I believe. I'm up here at Doug's house up in Seymour. Well, as luck would have it, I'm on the way back from Doug's. I didn't get to take any video there. He took some while I was there visiting. I'm on the way back home now, and that solar eclipse has just started. I ought to be reaching the house just about the time it reaches its full, whatever it's going to get to here. I think here it's supposed to be 95, 96%, something like that. We're too far north to get the total eclipse. I think you got to go clear down to Hopkinsville, Kentucky to see the total eclipse. But it's about 8 minutes after 2 now. I think the most that we'll see is at 20 minutes after, or 22 minutes after, or something like that. And it's already some dark out here. I mean, it's probably still shows up as perfectly daylight here on the camera, but it should be considerable darker by the time I get home. Had a good time there with Doug. I don't get out a whole lot. I had one of those Wolverine radios, made in China things. It sounds okay, but the only thing I could use it for was auxiliary. It had this little dinky thing that passed for an FM antenna. It was a little black wire. It might have been 20, if I had to guess, it'd be about 28 gauge, something like that. Just about 2 foot of this little black wire coming out the back of the thing, and you couldn't hardly hook nothing up to it to make it improve reception. And out where I live, that just wasn't enough to get anything but the local station. I just wasn't interested in keeping the thing. I told him, I said, look, you can have it. You can tear it apart and see what's inside of it if you want to. You can EOL the thing or whatever. But I got it down there, and it was picking up all kinds of stations, and it worked with his Bluetooth and stuff. So he said he might just hang on to it there. Well, you go right on ahead. I'm glad it works better for him than it did for me. So got about another 5 or 6 miles to the house. I might make it home before the full eclipse starts, or before the full eclipse gets here anyhow, or 96% or whatever the heck it's supposed to be. Vehicle shimmying a little bit. I'm wondering if that's from where I put all of that old green slime in that right front tire. It made it go out of balance. Pardon my coughing and stuff here, but fella trying to film the eclipse on the side of the hill here. I've heard that you need a filter for your camera, kind of like the same way your eyes need those glasses. That if you didn't use a camera filter, that most cameras, you try the mechanism in them from aiming them at the sun like he's doing there. Hopefully he's got some kind of a filter for his camera, So there's going to be a lot of people with cell phones and whatnot that are going to be kindly hacked, because they're going to aim them things at the sun like he was doing back there. It's going to fry the lens, or not the lens, but whatever picks up the picture behind the lens. Now, this isn't my first rodeo as far as eclipses. On the news, they were talking about one back in the 90s, and then they talked about another one back in the 70s that went through here. I remember one back in the mid-late 80s that come through here. Remember it distinctly. We were living over on Franklin School Road, and the farm I grew up on, I was out working on my Jeep there in the driveway, and Pappy and Mama were up in the garage or the barn or whatever, working on something. I've lived so long with a garage, I call them garages now. That was a pole barn we had. And I remember it being kind of eerie looking out like it is right now. I mean, here it's only 2:15 in the afternoon, and it's about as much daylight as what there would be out here at about 7:30 in the afternoon, 7:30 in the evening. But I'll be home here another 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll let the dog out and see what she thinks of it all. Old Peanut won't know what's going on. So much I try to talk about when I go to visit somebody, and half the stuff I forget what I'm wanting to say, or the conversation will shift and something that I wanted to say gets left behind in the dust. Oh well. I don't stop for this stop sign. I don't know if I've said before or not, but that stop sign is wrong. It's not supposed to be a stop sign. It's supposed to be like this here. There's supposed to be a yield sign there. And there used to be, but somebody stole it. And instead of putting another yield sign up, they put a stop sign up there. Now, I'll yield if something else is coming, but I don't stop ordinarily there. I don't know of anybody else that does either. All you got to do is turn your head to the left, and you can look and you can see if anything's coming for over half a mile. There's no point in stopping there. All right, well, it's 2:15 now. So I got either something like 5 to 8 minutes or something like that before what passes for totality here. And it doesn't look a whole lot darker than it did 10 minutes ago, but back in Canton again. Here I've made it home. I'll go and let Peanut out. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of eclipse videos on YouTube and whatnot, so I'm just going to go ahead and shut my camera off here. And We'll see ya. This is Gary signing off. Thanks for watching.